Looking for a stable and secure way of storing your Power Platform projects, but you're not proficient in Git integration? Well, Microsoft has got you covered with their latest Power Platform update. I'm Bruno, and welcome to AppFi's Power Minutes. The Power Platform has been having some great ALM upgrades over the years, but the repository for your project has still been pretty much a very classic IT effort with a lot of technical processes and know-how. But now, in April 2025, Microsoft has officially launched Git integration for the Power Platform, so repositories that are available to you in a low-code way. This feature uses Azure DevOps, so make sure your team has the required licenses and permissions in order for this feature to work properly. As a pre-requirement, we have set up a DevOps environment and project, and you can see that we also set up our DevOps repository over here with a main branch. This means we are good to go and start working on the Makers portal. So let's go to the Makers portal and check how we can integrate solutions into our DevOps repo. You should know that in order to connect to Git, there are two connection types we can make. An environment binding is easier to set up and will ensure that all customizations done using any will be pushed. This means any unmanaged solution will be pushed to Git regardless. This is easier but also harder to maintain. If you want to have more control over what you put in Git, you should opt to use a solution binding level. This will ensure that each solution that you select will be maintained accordingly, and you'll have a finer touch, even though it implies a little bit more effort to set up. We'll go over here. We already set up our organization to Power Minutes. Our project will have a similar process and repository as well. I'm going to call it Git integration like I wrote here beforehand, and this matches the name of my project, and we can press next. Under the solution, we can search for Git integration, and we have over here Power Minutes Git integration. This uses the internal name. The main branch will be used over here, and the Git folder will automatically be created for you based on your previous inputs. So over here, we can see Git integration and then Power Minutes Git integration. Great, we're ready to connect. This can take a few minutes, so let it do its job. And in afterwards, we will have, well, that was actually quite fast. You'll see that your project will show now as connected to Git. Great, what does that mean? Well, we have our basic solution over here. I put a table and a solution, and you'll see now that under source control, we are now able to do some feature set. So now we are able to check the changes, the updates, and the conflicts, and we are able to commit. So we'll come back here in a bit once the source control components have been processed and check it out. And we're back. We did a few refreshes, and now we see that our commit button is available. We can press this button and we can, of course, do our Git integration processes where we document every single commit we do. So I'm going to be very simple. Initial commit. We press the button, and it will also upload to our DevOps instantaneously. If we are curious now, we can look into DevOps, and if we refresh a few times, you'll see Git integration has created another folder within it, and everything is starting to be populated. Great. And there you have it. Now you have the power of Git on your solution, and you have the ability to commit, to merge, and even solve conflicts like a pro, but in low-code fashion. Hope you enjoyed this session of the Power Minutes, and see you next time.